Hey guys and girls, this is Gordon Overkill with episode number 4 of the tutorial run with Gerion, at the moment male level 9 Dark Elven Monk. Well, it seems wait a second, it seems that I turned out the music. Let's change that. So, was that right? Wait. Yeah, better. So, here we go. In the last episode we finished what we did in the early dungeons, and there was one thing I definitely wanted to do for the tutorial part of this series. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the early game and the order of dungeons that you might do. So you start up here in the Dracula chain with usually a rather weak character, usually not too tough, low protection, depends on what you play, but as you can see, there are a couple of dungeons in the early game that you can do. We've got this unassuming cave entry, the beginner's dungeon. A rather easy 3-level dungeon without any special dungeon features, without any boss monster. This dungeon is very well suited for some early experience and early loot. You should definitely have that on your plan for the very early game. In Gerion, this tiny hamlet, you can get 1 out of 2 starting quests. If you get the quest from the village elder, from Rind, you get access to the village dungeon. The village dungeon is a rather easy dungeon as well, without any particularly dangerous features. You can find altars in there, you can, I think it has got 6 levels. There is the healer inside the dungeon, and there is the mad carpenter. This dungeon is probably the easier one of both dungeons that you can start with. And your quest usually is to get the healing skill. In order to do that, you have to lure the mad carpenter to the healer, so the healer can heal his mental illness, and afterwards he will, if you're not chaotic, he will give you the healing skill. Very useful, increases your regeneration greatly. The other starting quest is the one you get from the druid, from Good Alak. You have to kill Keithrax the Black Druid. The dungeon is in the same region. You can see it here. That's the quest we took, the Sinister Cave entry. The Druid dungeon, apart from the bottom level, is very similar to the village dungeon. The only difference is on the bottom level there is just the Black Druid and only animals. All the enemies you meet down there are animals. There is also one particularly dangerous kind of animal, which is the giant slug. The giant slug has a dangerous acid attack, but if a giant slug drops a corpse for you, you can eat it in order to get acid immunity. Not resistance, but immunity, which is very, very valuable. Well, which quest to start with, we will talk about that later. Finally, we've got this dungeon up here, the small cave entrance. The small cave is a very, very dangerous place. It has got a special feature. All the monsters that spawn in the small cave are always twice the level of your character. So in the first level it's not very dangerous, but if you level up inside this dungeon, the new spawning monsters will get more and more and more dangerous. So it's not very clever to stay in there for a long time. Still, the small cave has got a guaranteed waterproof blanket. Very useful. It saves the equipment within your backpack from rusting. And it has got an increased chance to spawn ridiculous high-level weapons or pieces of armor in there. Especially weapons. It doesn't happen in every game, but I think maybe 1 out of 5 or 6 games, maybe 1 out of 10, you get a really strong weapon. I have found Eternium 2-handed swords in there. Very good, but be careful. As I said, it's a dangerous place. Well, apart from these dungeons, there is one more dungeon down here. A strangely distorted cave entry. This one is the Infinite Dungeon. The Infinite Dungeon has practically an infinite amount of levels, which get randomly generated whenever you use a downstairs. So if I go down to the 2nd level and back up to the 1st level, there will be a new 1st level generated. There are no special dungeon features in there. There are no herbs, no altars, no lesser vaults or anything like that. But it can still be quite handy in order to obtain some experience or loot if you're not lucky within the other starting dungeons. It has got another meaning for very late game, very tough ultra endings and stuff like that, but I don't think we have to talk about that because we are giving hints for beginners. I forgot one dungeon. If you talk to the tiny girl here in Gerion, you can afterwards enter the small cave entry leading into the depths of the mountains. This is the Puppy Cave. Most of the levels of the Puppy Cave are rather ordinary low danger level dungeon levels as well. Still, it has got 3 special levels. The first is level 2. On the second level of the Puppy Cave, there is a guaranteed ant hive. These ants are rather dangerous. They have high protection. They do a lot of damage. They can become very dangerous for rather weak early game characters. Then the second but last level of the dungeon is a guaranteed cavernous level. Cavernous levels have no rooms, but rather big small rooms, but rather very big rooms, like a big cave, and they have got an incredibly high spawning level for monsters. So you can easily get surrounded in there. You can meet dangerous monsters, very dangerous for early game characters as well. And finally, on the last level, on the deepest level of the Puppy Cave, there is a guaranteed lesser vault, which is a big room with a preset form, and this vault features monsters of one particular kind. It can be orcs, it can be undead, it can also be mixed vaults. Mixed vaults are particularly dangerous. They have got a higher danger level than the particular dungeon level usually has. So you can meet in there, I already met gorgons in there, which can insta-kill you, and dangerous vortices and other stuff. Apart from that, on the bottom level is also the cute dog, which you have to save for the tiny girl, but saving that cute dog is a difficult task. Only strong characters or lucky characters can do that. The cute dog will die after a couple of days have passed, so you have to really hurry up if you want to save the dog. I think it's a big mistake that many unexperienced players do, that they always try to save the dog. It is actually a very high challenge that you can do for when you experience an experienced player. Otherwise, rather skip it in the beginning. Well, we've got this village, as I already told you. Gerion, the tiny hamlet. In Gerion there are certain interesting things. There is a food shop. Might be interesting if you run out of food early on, you don't want to starve to death. There is the village elder who gives you the healer quest. There is the druid, which gives you the druid quest. By the way, you can only get one of these. If you talk to the healer first, you only get the healer quest to the village elder. If you talk to the druid first, you cannot get the healer quest anymore. You just get the druid quest. There is also a sheriff in Gerion. His name is Tyvat Pare. And he gives you 2 quests. The first quest is to kill Kranach the Raider Lord. You have to finish that quest before you reach level 6 or 7, not 100% sure. I think before you reach level 6. But this is it is too hard for many enemies. If you succeed, you get a nice amount of gold. But he can easily kill the usual early game character, and it's also, you can only find Kranach on the main map, so chances are rather slim that you randomly encounter him. Usually I skip that quest. What else do we have? We have got a tiny, a small baby dragon inside Gerion, who plays a role in a quest you can do later on. No need to talk about that. And there is also a fool who gives you some hints for the game if you want to play unspoiled. Well, if you wanted to play unspoiled, you would not be watching this tutorial, so not talk about that any further. The other location that we have to talk about is the outlaw settlement, Lavenilotel, which we just left. Lavenilotel has a couple of interesting things too. It spawns rather dangerous characters. There are all kinds of outlaws in there. Bandits, outlaws, outlaw leaders, assassins, cutthroats, and beggars. The outlaw leaders and the assassins are particularly dangerous. They might be hostile towards you from the very beginning, and they can easily kill low-level characters. Take good care. Check if the enemies around are, if the outlaws around are neutral or hostile. If you see a hostile assassin or outlaw leader, better run away. Also, there is a black market inside there. It's a shop with a random stock of items. The black market is usually very expensive, but it can sometimes contain some nice items. They might even be worth stealing or buying for a lot of money. And also, shops have another very useful, very handy point to them. If you walk over an item in the shop, for example over a scroll, you see it's a scroll of identify, or over a potion, you see it's a potion of invisibility, then you've got this kind of potion or scroll or whatever identified. If you find one scroll of that kind later on in the game, you already know its function, you don't have to identify it anymore. Very, very handy. Also in the last episode I told you how to use the prizes of the shop in order to get a little more information about the stuff you are carrying. Apart from the shop, there is also Gerion the Master Thief. He teaches to you the art of pickpockets for free if you're not lawful. And he is an important figure if you later on want to become a member of the Thieves Guild. Well, I don't think we need to talk about that. Find that out for yourself when you got a little more into the game. Then there is Hudson Plots, the crime lord, who is very tough. I told you the sheriff in Gerion gives you 2 quests. The second quest is to kill Hudson Plots. You get that as soon as you reach a particular level. You can already kill him early on, finish the quest, but well, he is quite tough. He has got 2 bodyguards who are quite strong by themselves, but especially Hudson Plots is dangerous. He has got a very dangerous poison on his weapon. So if he gets to melee range and he hits you with his poisonous weapon, chances are big that you will die to this poison, especially early on if you're not yet poison resistant and don't have any antidotes. Well, you don't necessarily need to kill Hudson Plots. Just in case you play a chaotic character, you can skip the quests in Gerion and rather get quests from Hudson Plots. He orders you to kill certain people, for example the sheriff in Gerion, and he also orders you to kill the healer in the village dungeon. So if you play a chaotic character, you want the healing skill, but you don't want to save the carpenter, you can as well take this quest and get the healing quest by the healing skill by killing the healer and returning to Lavenilote. Is that everything? I think that's everything. So now let's talk a little bit about the order of dungeons that you might want to take. What I usually do is first I quickly walk up to the small cave and just enter it. Maybe check if I find some closed downstairs. Maybe check if I find the blanket nearby or a good weapon. But as soon as I see that I go too far into the dungeon or that I get too high of level, I directly leave that dungeon. It becomes too dangerous otherwise, and the reason why I enter it is so I spawn a whole set of low-level monsters. I entered at level 1, so all the monsters will be level 2. When I come back later with a tougher character, I have good chances that I'll be able to kill these early spawned monsters and maybe find the downstairs. The downstairs lead to the Unremarkable Dungeon, which is a rather deep dungeon, higher danger level than most of the beginning dungeons. It's not easy, but it has an increased chance to create random dungeon features, special features, such as statues, forges, random shops, herbs, or lesser walls. Can be very handy, but you always have to calculate the risk. You don't want to die in the small cave just in order to reach the Unremarkable Dungeon. Well, usually I enter this dungeon just for a short visit. Afterwards I go down to Lavenilote in order to check the stuff in the black market and get a couple of items identified. Then I get myself quests in Gerion. If I already have got healing, I always take the Druid quest. If I have got healing in Herbalism, which you get from the Druid quest, I also take the Druid quest because it has an alternative reward. You can also get a Spellbook of Frostbolt and a Wand of Frost from the Druid, if you choose Power, not Knowledge, as your reward. If I lack regeneration early on, I rather take the quest by the Carpenter. The quest by the Village Elder, the Carpenter quest, Healer quest. Also, I always talk to the tiny girl in order to open the entrance to the puppy cave. Usually I don't take the quest from the sheriff though. So, I go here afterwards, get myself the quests, and then go up to the beginner's dungeon in order to get myself some easy early loot and experience. Afterwards, I take a short visit to the puppy cave, but just to enter the first level. Usually the second level is too dangerous because of the ants I told you about. So I just do the first level, maybe some more experience, some more loot, before I go further down to the to the other starting dungeon, be it the healer's dungeon, the village dungeon, be it the druid quest. Whatever, if I do the healer's quest, I try to get the healing skill directly. But if I do the druid quest, I just dive down to the bottom level, spawn the monsters, check all the levels above, and afterwards come back out. The reason is, as I told you, the giant slugs have a dangerous acid attack. I do not want to enter that level without acid resistance. Also, maybe Keythrax is still too strong for me. If I fight Keythrax, I need a source of light, and I need a reliable way to kill him. Maybe a good weapon or anything like that. So afterwards I go back to the puppy cave, go down to the second level. If I'm strong enough to kill the ants already, I do so and hope they drop a corpse for me to eat, because ant corpses give you acid resistance. Not immunity, but at least resistance, and that helps you a lot against these giant slugs. If I'm too weak, I rather try to dive quickly down to the third level, get down to the bottom, and if possible get myself the loot from the bottom level from the lesser vault that can contain very nice stuff. I think we'll do that in this episode of Gerion's run. If I go to the bottom level first, I try to make some experience, I try to get the loot from the bottom, and afterwards get back up to the second level in order to kill the ants. When the ants are dead, there is no problem going down here and finishing the bottom level of the druid dungeon. Well, at least usually there's no problem. When this is done, I maybe return to the small cave, try to reach the unremarkable dungeon. My character should then be strong enough to successfully do the unremarkable dungeon, dive right through it, and reach the high mountain village in the end. Well, so much for that. That's what I usually do in the early game, what I would also recommend to you. That's a rather conservative, safely played early game that will help you get a lot of loot, get a lot of experience, and prepare your character well for the mid-game and later game. So much about the tutorial part. As I told you, our aim for today is entering the puppy cave and seeing what we can do then. So, let's go in here. We already checked the first level. I told you that's a good idea usually. And as I can see, I think the stairs were in this dark room. We don't have a torch. I think we also do not have an amulet of light. No, we don't. So we have to go into the darkness. Where were the downstairs? Oh, there's a monster. I'll try to get out. Fuck, the monster doesn't follow us. Where are the stairs? Hello? No stairs? No stairs. Where are the downstairs? Ah, there's another dark room. Almost missed that. Okay, this gelatinous cube could paralyze you, so I rather prefer not to touch it and kill it with our bow and arrow instead. Here are the downstairs. Excellent. That's what I was looking for. We've entered the second level of the puppy cave. We do not get the special message yet, but we'll soon see it. So this is the level with the ants. We're quite good with axes by now. At one point we will change to unarmed combat. That's the specialty of the monk, but we'll do that later. Where are the special messages for the ants? Orange potions are always the same kind of potion. They are potions of orange juice. They've got two uses. There is a special character and a certain character in Gerion which likes these potions and teaches you a nice skill if you give him enough of these. And you could also drink them if you enter a room which smells of carrots. Gives you a nice bonus. Try that out yourself. Where is the secret door? Ah, found it. Excellent. You hear a clicking sound. That's the sound of the movements of the ants. Come on, kill these guys. Good. And there we directly see the first giant ant warrior. We have got a saber of penetration, which is the perfect weapon against these ants with their high protection value. Penetrating weapons completely ignore the enemy's protection value. And directly from the first ant we get a corpse. We will eat this corpse. Arg, this vile stuff makes you throw up, so it's not delicious. It reduces satiation. But your stomach tingles. Your stomach tingles is the message that tells you you have now got acid resistance. Excellent. And you see how quickly they die if they cannot, if you bypass their protection. They're really no problem for us. Really, really nice. Come on, ants. Kill them all. We find a potion of water, an unknown potion, gold, and a second giant ant warrior corpse. Now that we've got this corpse, I will show you another thing. It's not that important for the ant warrior corpse. Oh, it gets smelly. I hope it won't... No, okay, it rots away. Too bad. I hope it would not rot away that quickly. But well, it happened. That's the ant queen, the last ant that comes out of the hole. It's really nice. The penetrating weapon is perfect against the ants. There are some rocks dropped. Rocks can be very nice early game thrown weapons. Another positive thing about these ants, they can create lots of rocks when they dig their holes through the walls. That's a special feature they have. They dig through walls and thus create... don't run away. Thus they... Oh, the ant queen corpse. I'll try to show you what I wanted to show you with this ant queen. So, let's hope it doesn't rot away all that quickly. Can we leave this level? Slowly rots away. I'm afraid we won't be able to make it again. But I'll try it. Maybe we're lucky. So, go back down to Gerion. It still didn't rot away. Here we go. And I'll show you. It's still not gone. Good. We enter the food shop and sell the giant ant queen corpse to the food shop. That's laying on the ground. Perfect. Now I have to eat something. Let's eat the rations. The advantage is, when a food item is sold to the food shop, it will not rot away any further. That means, if in the future we should lose our acid resistance, there is a means how you can lose it. We can just go back to the shop, buy the corpse which we sold to it, eat it and get resistance back. You might want to do that with a couple of other corpses as well. There are some very useful corpses, so keep this idea in mind. That's how you can save corpses that you don't want to eat right now. Here we go. Door stuck, but we managed to open it. With the penetrating weapon. Fighting these guys is very easy. Okay, I will do that in defensive mode because I don't want the snake to poison us. Source level 3. We're getting it further up. Very nice. Getting a couple of potions as well. And here are the downstairs down to level 3. Level 3 once again is an ordinary level. The danger level is slightly higher than from the other beginner's dungeons, but well, I'm not afraid of that anyway. All in all, there's no reason for us to be very much afraid. We have got a nice weapon. We've got armor class 8, which is definitely enough for this early dungeon. And we found a neutral altar. A neutral altar can be quite handy. We'll keep that in mind, but we'll do that later. I'm not sure. I think we didn't use all too many prayers so far, so we can still make use of the starting piety. Piety is a very important resource in ADOM. It is a measure for how much your deity likes you. Okay, the door's locked. I kick it. I take a risk. Oh no, that's the problem. If you kick a door from directly in front of it, by smashing it, you activate the trap protecting the door. The door suddenly falls in your direction. You barely evade by jumping backwards. Lucky us, we have got alertness 82, and as I told you, alertness, one of the big advantages is it allows you to dodge traps. Otherwise, that might have destroyed some of our items and done quite some damage. Oh, werewolf, kill him quickly. Yeah. Anyways, what I wanted to tell you about piety. Every character starts with enough piety with his deity in order to cast 2 or 3 prayers. And prayers can do a whole lot of different things from you. They can let you get rid of cursed equipment. They can heal you. They can regenerate your power points for a magic user. Prayers are really excellent, so definitely want to make use of that resource. The giant centipede dropped a corpse. A giant centipede corpse has another special meaning. Oh, we get poisons, but you vomit? Okay, I think we already were poison resistant. Otherwise, the corpse would have given us poison resistance. Probably Dark Elves start with poison resistance. I'm not 100% sure, but that sounds very possible. A purple wand, excellent. Magic wands, always nice to have, just in case you run out of power points and you cast the spell. Or you can't. Oh, mixed tension room. What do we see in there? There is a cat. We don't want to kill that cat. There is a ooze, which might damage our weapon. There is also a fire lizard. Take a little care there. I'll increase athletics, because each 10 points of athletics increase the chance of getting a bonus to our physical stats. Twice concentration. I'll also increase literacy a little more. I want to get that really far up. And one more time literacy. Oh fuck, oh, luckily we did not destroy the weapon. Let's change our weapon. Use maybe the battle axe. Yeah, it's not cursed, that's good. I'll use the battle axe in order to kill... yeah, that worked. The yellow ooze is dead. Excellent. Now we can change back to our saber of penetration. Okay, let's return a little bit. We don't want to fight more than one of them at a time. Ha! Nice! We killed the fire lizard. The ogre does some damage too, but with our penetrating weapon, none of them should be able to resist us for very long. Oh, doppelganger, ordinary doppelganger. Yes. Will he confuse us? Yeah, well, yeah, he does. Which is really bad, because standing right next to that cat I don't want to kill, so I'll unequip the weapon. Ha! Now he retreats. Very good. Can we surround the cat? Yeah, I want to get back up there, because I want to see what kinds of equipment the guys dropped. Oh, warm cloak, that could be nice. Also take the girdle and the boots, although it's very likely they are not something we need. The money. Check out the cloak. We do not even have a cloak at the moment. The warm cloak is a cloak of defense. It is cursed, but that's not too bad. I'm still quite happy that we got it. So, now, how quick are we? We have got speed. I think the cat is not the quickest. Ah, crap. I'd like to outrun it, but first let's kill the pixie. I try it one more time. I would like to get rid of the cat. Fuck. Ah, now we outran it. That's so clear. That's one nice idea. Nice thing how you can get rid of these cats. Yes, that worked. I closed the door. Cats are not humanoid. They're not able to open doors. So kill this guy, kill that guy. Let's eat the big corpse, big dog corpse, and continue. I'm not gonna kick that door. Took the risk once without any real reason. I'm not gonna do that again. And the doppelganger goes down. Good. Check where do we want to go? Ah, up there. Well, of course, we could see the cat again later if a humanoid monster goes to that place and opens the door. Can always happen that way. I kick that door, because we can kick it from a diagonal angle, reducing the risk greatly. totally crazy how strong such a penetrating weapon is in the early game. 16 arrows, nice. Still, I'm afraid we have to kick the door, because we checked all the other... Ah, hello cat. Who let you out there? I'll try to outrun it. Usually it's a good idea to go around the corner. No, well, it didn't work. But it's not too quick still, so we can close that door, and hopefully... Now, we lost him. Did you, Rattling, open the door for the cat? For any of you? The small humanoid monsters. Maybe it was one of them. I'll try to find that Minotaur. Where did it go? Here. Yep. Come on, kill it. Good. We're blinded by a blinding trap. Anyways. We have to kick that door. Stone block trap. We are hit by the stone block trap. 24 points of damage. I'll apply first aid if I can. Yeah, at least a little bit. And here are the downstairs. Letting us reach level PC 5. And this is the cavernous level I told you about. Big caverns. Bone bracers, nice, but we already had... No, we don't have bracers yet. Bone bracers are always braces of toughness, giving us 4 additional points of toughness for a lot of additional hit points. Braces are quite rare, so you can usually be sure that whenever you find some, you could blindly equip them. If they're cursed, well, very likely you won't fail. Oh, fuck. Come on, kill him. Did he destroy equipment? I'll check that. No, luckily not. His fire breath can destroy equipment, so rather be a bit more careful than I was. Okay, kill the orc first. Now, can we kill the Tracer Beast? They have got very high defense value, that's why they are sometimes really hard to hit. These guys are not dangerous. Oh fuck. Retreat, retreat a little bit. Kill the caveman. Oh fuck, he does too much damage. I'll try. If our wand is offensive, no, nothing happens. I'd like to kill this guy. Defense mode maybe? 34 HP, I'll try to do that carefully. Yeah, got him. Nice. Cavemen do very high damage. They're strong. Oh, Blink Dog. The Blink Dog was killed. Okay. Otherwise, no. We already have got teleport control. We don't need the backup Blink Dog Cops. Although it's cool if you have one. Okay. Wraith. I'll do that very defensively, I think. The Wraiths can drain your stats if they hit you. We don't hit it. Oh, okay, we do. Good, that worked. These are the kinds of enemies that you don't want to hit you. And here are the downstairs. Excellent. Before we go downstairs, though, we pick up this girdle. Very nice. Because I know from the weight of 20 stones. Usual metal girdles are 25 stones. 20 stones is a mithril girdle. Higher metal. It gives us plus 2 points of protection, increasing our protection to an overall value of 10. Don't want to fight the ghoul right now. Rather, we go down here, and on the 6th level of the puppy cave, we get the level You Feel Excited. This message tells you that you reached the level with the lesser vault. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, here it is, and it seems it is a mixed vault. I see goblins, orcs, rats, giants, several giants, and a dark elf. It's a bit dangerous. Okay, do I want to fight the giant? Or should I rather let the sleeping giant sleep? No, I tried to fight them defensively. This guy was not able to hit us. Let's hope we can do as good with the next one. I'm so happy that we found this amazing weapon. He did a little bit of damage. Can we apply first aid? Yes, we can. Good. Skeletal warriors, very tough also. He does damage. He hits us. Anyways, so good that we are able to reliably pierce through each and every armor. Come on, kill it. Sword's level 5, it's increasing very nicely. There's a were-rat in there summoning more rats. That was the were-rat. There's something invisible. I guess it's an invisible stalker. I hope it's an invisible stalker. Yes, it's that. Let's check what it was. Invisible stalker. Yes. If it was an ogre magus, the only other ordinary monster which can which is invisible, or which can turn invisible, then that would have been really dangerous. Ogre Magi are deadly early game enemies. So the rest should not be a problem. Invisible Stalkers can do ridiculous crits too. I was killed more than once by Invisible Stalkers. Okay, we've got 2 giant corpses. Well. Wait, I'll pick them up for now. Oh, large mithril shield. The weight of 96 stones told me it's a mithril shield. Nice either, but this guy does too much damage. Down to 18 HP. Anyways, let's equip the shield right now. We need the additional bonus it gives us. +7, +5. Wow, that's a super mithril shield. 5 points of protection. Excellent. Really excellent. Very low HP right now. I think I will speak a prayer. It's the underline, not the minus, but the minus at the bottom of the square. You pray to love. You are healed by black light surrounding you. That's the reason why I didn't want to change my alignment yet. I want these early prayers from my chaotic god. We found a big stack of arrows. Yeah, here it is. The harpy can cast sleep on us. Okay, time to kill this guy. Kill it. Good. Okay, the frost lizard shall better die quickly. Yes, it does. Good. Very good. The frost breath can be very dangerous. I'll eat one of the giants right away. I don't know if it gives us a chance to increase our potential strength maximum. Otherwise, eating giant corpses is usually a good idea, because they give you a chance to increase your strength. Good, this guy goes down. Come on, I'd rather go to more normal mode against the Dark Orc. They have high damage. Hill Orc Sergeants have got very high damage too. He tries to run away, let's shoot him. Flash Golem, usually high protection value. Not against us. Good battle axe, nay. That was a tiny key, I think. Let's take that. Yeah, I told you, the chance for item drops is increased in this vault. Okay, the Hellhound has a fire attack. Short ranged, but it could still damage our equipment, so we better be careful. Silver Diadem sells nicely at least. These are some rather tricky monsters. Okay, I hope we can kill him quickly. Come on, kill him. Master Swordsman goes down. Good, he could disarm us otherwise. And we find a wooden ring. A wooden ring, I will directly equip that, because I know that wooden rings are always rings of fire resistance. In each game, you don't need to identify them. You find a wooden ring, you can be absolutely sure this is a ring of fire resistance. Won't kill this guy. Dark Elven Warrior, maybe I go a little bit more defensively, because Dark Elven Warriors have got poisoned. I don't like getting poisoned. Well, we are poison resistant, but anyway, I'd rather avoid it if I can. Well, nothing else here. Nothing here. Did we just increase our shield skill? Yeah, level 4. Excellent. We can get it up to +7 now that we got our nice new shield. I'll eat one of these nulls and continue. Come on, kill that guy and yet another cat. They're so annoying, I don't want to kill them. And we kill the ratling? Well, maybe the goblin first. Now the ratling, then the bat. And outrun the cat. Ordinary large hammer, we don't need that, but I take this sword. This is an adamantium broadsword, I think. Okay, we have to stay a little bit more careful here. Normal tactics. Let's start with the berserker. Otherwise, afterwards, the mimic. Mimics could paralyze us, so I rather go to defensive. I hope it's just an ordinary mimic. We should be able to do that. this guy's down. Oh fuck, I shot the cat. Luckily we didn't hit it. A metal cap? Nay, don't need that. Very unlikely that's better than our own cap. Swords level 6, cool. Can we find the orc who's just running away? Where does he go? Where does he go? So, now I'll try to do a trick. The cat is standing right in front of the door. A trap maybe? No, too bad not. Yeah, there is a reason why I don't want to kill cats if I can avoid it. But this reason comes into play just very late in the game. And oh fuck, luckily I missed this guy. I will kill him with the battle axe. This is a rust monster. It can make our equipment rusty, and I hope it won't do so. Yes, but lucky it doesn't. So change back to the saber of penetration. Can make it rust proof later, but at the moment it's not. I don't want to risk it rusting away. This guy. Excellent. Reaching level 11. Fine, let's get alertness above 90. Let's get dodge above 70, and that's it. Nice. So, outrun this guy, hopefully. No, we don't. He's too quick. But there should... Ah, yeah, I see the door. Fuck, we can't outrun him. A bit too slow. Ah, but that's an opportunity. I'll equip the battle axe and I'll wait for the fire lizard to kill the cat with its fire breath. Come on, one more time. Nice. Now kill the lizard and we're done here. The fire lizard drops a corpse, we'll eat that. That's a potential chance to get fire resistance. Excellent. We stepped onto the teleportation trap. Luckily we have got teleport control, so we can avoid being teleported to a stupid situation. Rather use it for our advantage. Okay, he picked up all the stuff from the other side of the level. How did he get it? I'm not sure. And we are done here. So, I think the last thing I'll do in this episode is step back up to the surface, and then we'll end it. Call it a day. Get the cap. Nope. Outlaw leader. And by now they are rather easy for us, but early on they belong to the toughest of the tough. Okay, what was that? Press the wrong button. So, go up here. Yeah, there's always closed stairs, I like that. I'll not yet change our alignment, because I'm sure we might use another prayer. Here we are, we need to go to the top left corner. And finally, bottom left again. And here we go. We have reached the surface. I think this is an excellent moment to stop the episode. We got ourselves some nice new stuff, especially the large mithril shield is excellent. The ring of fire resistance is very nice. The braces of toughness are very nice either. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode again. I'm not 100% sure what to do the next tutorial session about, so if you've got any particular questions, any themes about which you'd like to know my opinion, feel free to ask in the comments. Otherwise, see you next time. Bye everybody.